up? I hope you're having a blessed week. I want to begin with just a few announcements. Really quick, first I want to shout out to Father Desmond. Thank you for all that you're doing at Most Blessed Sacrament Church and allowing for the emerging adults to come together and to grow and creating an environment where we can flourish, where we can be nourished as we are by your leadership, your wisdom that you share with us each Sunday. First thing that I want to share here is Eucharistic Congress is coming up. And what I'm really excited about is Star Wars. I believe it's called Star Wars, where they are asking for everyone within the Archdiocese to come together and help prepare 100,000 meals. And that's going to be June 16th through June 17th at the Georgia International Convention Center. That's Eucharistic Congress. And I believe Star Wars is on June 16th. And there are two shifts. Shift number 1 is from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And you can go to the Archdiocese website and you can reserve a space or reserve a space for a group. Also, there's shift number 2 from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. where we can all gather and go and, again, help prepare 100,000 meals. And I am hoping, emerging adults, that we will all come together and go to one together. Why not? And so I want you all to think about that, and we'll talk about that. But again, that's for Eucharistic Congress Star Wars, and we are going to prepare 100,000 meals. I'm excited for this opportunity to be a part of that. Secondly, Deacon Toka, shouts out to Deacon Fred Toka, came to me about an idea for us attending the Center for Civil and Human Rights here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I want you all to think about that and ask your parents. And early June, hopefully, we'll get a chance one day after church to for all of us to come together and go to the Center for Civil and Human Rights. Again, I think that'll be a wonderful experience for all of us to share in together. And I want to do this before some of our seniors leave for college. I know that that's coming about mid-June, so I would really like for us to begin thinking about some dates and times that we can go ahead and do that. Amen. Well, really quick also, I want you to look at the computer behind me. With our emails, the e-blast that goes out, I want you all to visit our website. And again, the link is within the emails that comes from the emerging adults. But this is our website, and there are many links here for different things that are going on within the Archdiocese. The Mark magazine, which is a magazine that the Archdiocese prepares, and I believe it's targeted towards high school and in particular those making confirmation. Also, we have a summer youth conference, Steubenville, and that's with I believe that is Teen Life. Also, we have the NCYC happening in November of 16th through 17th in Indianapolis. And plenty of other things here on the website that I'd like for you to just navigate around. And again, the link is within our e-blast for emerging adults. Quickly, also, I want to share with you just a quick word as Monday as you go out on your week. And Father Desmond has been really talking a lot about not us just having faith, but putting that faith to action. A couple of weeks ago, he talked about, sitting at the table and having a voice for those who are unable to sit at the table, speaking up for the voiceless, and again, creating a seat at the table for those who otherwise would not have a seat. And I think there's a powerful scripture that shows up today for our reading. And if you ever want to go to our look at the readings for today, you can go to the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops website, which is usccb.org, and you can see what the readings are. But the reading for today, or the gospel for today, comes from the book of John, chapter 14, verses 21 through 26. And I'm going to read out of my Bible here. And in John chapter 14, verse 21 through 26, Jesus is speaking. And actually, I'm going to read it from the website here. Here it says, Jesus said to the disciples, "Whoever has my commandments and observe them is the one who loves me. Whoever loves me will be loved by my Father, and I will love him and reveal myself to him." Judas, not the Iscariot, said to him, "Master, then what happened that you will reveal yourself to us and not to the world?" Jesus answered and said to him, "Whoever loves me will keep my word. and my Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our dwelling with him. Whoever does not love me does not keep my words. Yet the word you hear is not mine, but that of the Father who sent me. I think that is so powerful. I don't know if you all remember, but a few weeks ago in our Emerging Adults group, we talked about love and what love looks like. And we had a little debate about love being a feeling versus being an action. And one of the things that we settled upon is that love always has a corresponding action. You can always see love. If it stops at a feeling, if it stops at an intellectual understanding of how you might feel about someone or something, then maybe that might not be love. It might be questionable whether or not that's love. But when it is love, when it's true, authentic love, there's always corresponding action. For God so loved the world that he gave. We were able to see his love. And Jesus in this scripture is saying, if you love me, you will keep my words. Whoever has my commandments and observes them is the one who loves me. So Jesus in essence is saying the litmus test as to whether or not your love is real, is authentic for me, is whether or not you keep my commandments and you observe them. And I thought about that. And I said, even Jesus is telling us that love isn't simply a feeling. It's not simply a mental space that we arrive at. It's an action. It's something that we can see. It's something that we do. And in fact, this is how God determines whether or not we truly love him, whether or not we keep his commandments and his word. And what are the commandments? What command did Jesus give us? To love God with all of our heart, our soul, our mind, and to love others as we love ourselves. So in essence, Jesus is saying, if you love me, you'll give your heart, your soul, and your mind to me. You'll allow me to dwell in you and to speak through you and to touch, heal, set free through you. And also you'll love others. You'll love people. If you love me, you'll love people. So in essence, to say that I love God and if you do not love people, God is kind of saying, we might have some debate going on whether or not your love is authentic. And I know that can be might feel kind of harsh, but I think Jesus is plain here about what love looks like. And it's the same in all of our relationships. Your parents love you. You know that, but the reason why you know that they love you is because they put a roof over your head. They feed you. They encourage you. They want the best for you. They sacrifice for you. Myself being a father, I know how that is. You sacrifice. Instead of going to the store and spending $200 on something that you really want, you might think first and say, maybe I'll reserve this and take my kids out and take them to Disney World, or maybe take them to get some ice cream. I'm going to forego my own desires to make sure that those who depend upon me, my children, are blessed. So I want you all to reflect upon that this week. Loving God. And I know that we all, as people of faith, if you ask most people, I guarantee you 99.9% of the people in church will say, yes, of course I love God. Of course I love Jesus. But the real litmus test is, do we keep his commandments and his word, which are to love him with all of our heart, our soul, and our mind, and to love others as we love ourselves, and to love yourself. You know what? This week, emerging adults, I want you to do something extremely loving toward yourself. Tell yourself something positive and inspiring. Write down a goal. Do something that nourishes you. And then I also want you to do something that nourishes someone else. Bless someone else with a word, or pray with a sibling or friend. Give something, for God so loved the world that he gave. And I want you to do something extraordinarily passionate and compassionate and loving towards God. Give something to God. For God so loved that he gave. Love often looks like giving. Love often comes in the form of a gift. So, emerging adults, I will see you on Sunday, May 21st, 10:30 a.m. I hope you all have a blessed week. Shout out to the Most Blessed Sacrament Church family. Father Desmond and Deacon Fred Toko, again, thank you so much for all that you do with the emerging adults and allowing us to be nourished and to flourish within this faith community. God bless. You all have a blessed week.